What's up guys, Jessa here, and we are going to talk about February finances. Now before you just shut this off, let me preface by saying I'm not going to get into the weeds too much on February's finances. So if you recall, I was really excited about February. I had sold my truck and I was going to pay off the loan on my shed, and I was selling my charms like hotcakes and things were going really well. Let's just call February free-for-all February. It was all kind of a blur. I was making good money and I was spending good money. So let's just go high level. I spent over $5,000 in February. I've got my laptop here, over $6,000 in February. Now, you know, I sold a vehicle, so that makes sense, right? Most of that $5,000 I spent was on my vehicle and bills. Food and dining was high again. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it too much because there were some bad things that happened. I said I was going to pay off that loan. I didn't. So where'd all the money go? Well, I've been evaluating that myself. Part of it I would call business investments. I was selling a lot of my charms and I was reinvesting in my business. So I bought a lot more stamps, supplies, things like that. I also, paid my vehicle insurance, so we talked about that. What I didn't do was pay off that loan. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt for that. But I'm also giving myself a little grace because keeping a budget and keeping your finances is a lot like trying to lose weight. And if you've ever really committed to losing weight, and tracking your calories, that sort of thing, it requires a lot of the same kind of willpower, which I really suck at. Blitz is looking at my incubator. And yeah, I really suck at that kind of willpower. So fast forward, we're halfway through March. So I've been delaying this talk mostly for myself and the accountability that comes with it. So what did I do in March to kind of reconcile my errors? So I finally bit the bullet and made a call to my credit union. I'm a member of the Atlanta Postal Credit Union. And if you have a way to be a part of that credit union, I really encourage it because, as you probably already know, credit unions are known for having really good rates. This credit union is obviously for postal employees. You don't have to be in Atlanta to be a member. And I believe even if you're like a friend or family with a postal worker, you can get into this credit union. So what got me thinking about even making this call was I have the opportunity to buy a rental property. And I was kind of looking at my numbers, I pay my bills. I have a really good credit score. But I was thinking, if I were a bank, would I want to loan me money? On paper, I don't make a lot of money. I mean, even in reality, I don't make a lot of money. And on paper, with the money I make just enough to pay my bills. And so I was like, crap, what am I going to do? So one thing I did was I got another part-time job. So on Friday and Saturday nights, I am working at a local restaurant in the back, helping in the kitchen. I started last weekend and I really enjoy it so far. So that's just a little something extra to do. Back to the credit union. I made a call to the credit union and talked to a loan officer. And I told him my situation and wanted to see what he could do. So I know they have really good interest rates. I have a vehicle loan through them and my interest rate was under 3% for a used car. So that's really good. So I told him what the deal was. I had 3 loans with interest rates that I didn't really much care for. One was 6%, one was 7%, and the one on my shed, I did some figuring, came to over 20% interest. And I didn't like that. Each loan was between $3,000 and $4,000. So I was talking to Eddie, and he was kind of thinking, well, an unsecured loan through them would be 9%. So that really only helped me with one of the loans. And he asked me if I had a vehicle that I had any equity in. And, well, I have a motorcycle that I own outright. He said, well, we don't do this sort of thing for motorcycles. Do you have a car? I said, well, the only vehicle I currently have is my car that I have a loan through you guys. He said, cool, I'll pull it up. Let's take a look at it. And it turns out I did have equity in it. I always pay extra every month. My payment's $449. I usually pay $500 a month whenever I can. And he did some figuring, and I did have a little equity in that car. So, to make a long story short, Eddie did some figuring, and he was able to give me an additional loan, basically refinance my car, and stretch that loan out. So it's for another 48 months, which kind of sucks. But get this, my interest rate is now 1.17 or 71, super low interest, even lower than what I was paying on the car. And I get to pay off those 3 loans, lower the interest on all of them, and have one payment. And get this, my one payment is $447. So I'm paying on those 3 loans, which we figured up the current payments were around $1,100. For one payment, lower interest, and it's only $447. So what that means is I can keep paying extra on that one loan because I was already paying over $1,100. It hurt, but I was paying it. And I can free up, I had a little breathing room that way. That's awesome. I'm super pumped about it. I paid off my Fidelity loan. I just paid off my other credit union loan, and I need to get on the phone and pay off my shed. Don't worry, I will actually do it this time. And it looks like I'm going to have a little extra money that I can pay back towards that loan and be back on track. So I'm super happy about that. Like, things really worked out. I, made a stupid error in February, but now I feel like I'm back on track. I'm going to do some figuring on my budget again. Like, I'm such a nerd. Like, I like to work through my budget, and I like to help people with their budgets, but I am definitely like a do as I say, not as I do. So I definitely need to work on that. But March is going pretty well. My sales have kind of gone down. They've tapered off a little bit, but that's okay because, it's time to start focusing on the garden. I've got baby goats being born when I don't even expect, so you'll see more of that. And so March is looking really good. I'm pumped for the spring, pumped for the summer, and yeah. So I guess my lesson to you on all this is call around. Make that call, because I had been putting off that call for a long time just to see what they could do, and man, it worked out big time. So if you're a member of a credit union, I'm in 2 different credit unions. One is a really small local credit union, and they're awesome. They'll help you in a pinch. I know the people that work there. My brother had a deal where his car broke down. He needed a vehicle right away. He didn't have the cash in hand, and it was such a low loan that he needed, such a low amount. And, big banks, they don't even want to mess with it. And the local credit union helped us out. So I love the local credit union for that. Now, this big credit union, their rates are awesome. Their customer service has always been really good. So if you're not a member of a credit union, I would look into it and see if there's one that you can become a member of. Like I said, Atlanta Postal Credit Union is awesome. Definitely recommend them. And then just your local ones. They might be smaller, but sometimes it pays off and they can really help you out. So look into that. This might be considered like debt consolidation, but you got to be careful with that. That's not really what this is. It's called a cash out on the equity on my vehicle. Now, while it allowed me to consolidate my debt, it's not like those call us for debt consolidation, pay off your credit cards, blah, blah, blah. Those are 9 times out of 10 a scam. A good friend of mine did that, and they basically took the title to his house, and it's like, so if you if you're not responsible enough to get some of that stuff paid down, I would not be putting my house up for collateral. My car, that's a risk enough, but I know I can handle that payment, So anyway, seek out your options. It might be able to really help you out, and that is my advice for you guys today. March, I'll be back on track, go over some things. Like I said, things are looking better. so far in March, because I got that big chunk of money put in my account and I've made some payments, it's showing, you know, my March spending's at $8,600. So that's just crazy talk there. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you very much for joining. If you're enjoying this channel, please make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and subscribe to see some more. There's going to be a lot more baby goat content coming up. You guys, baby goats have got to be the cutest thing in the world. Yesterday, I was getting ready to work on a new duck pen, and I didn't get anything done. I just sat and snuggled with baby goats. It was gorgeous outside, and it was just the best thing ever. So I hope that you get a chance to snuggle baby goats. If not, you know, give me a call. You can come out to my farm and snuggle some baby goats. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Good job, baby. Oh, it's a little girl. No. No, it's a boy. That's I think that's a dink. Holy cow. What do we do? Wow. Is it more? What? Jesus, I didn't think she was big. Yeah. Oh my god. What the hell, Sophie? Remember the other day when she was getting in the thing, I was going, yep. Holy. Put her in with her? Yeah. Oh. What the heck? Look how much bigger he is. Yeah. You can tell. Good job, baby! I don't know if there's any more. Yeah. Holy God. You've been eating already. Oh my god. Okay, I think it just... No. Wow. Are you filming? Wow. Yeah, I'm still... You like, believe this? Just... I'm so impressed. Really awesome news. And not what I expected at all. No. Wow. Alright. Okay, so I'm thinking my project should have been making another stall. Yeah. Instead of making a patio. Yeah. That was going to be my project tomorrow. Yeah. And oops. We need to see if she's got milk coming out. Well, let's go. Yeah. Can I get some salt? Yeah. Me too. It's warm, but I really should put a jacket on. Oh, I just stepped in some birth.